I do this because this is what I love to do. I do this because this is what I'm called to do. I'm a husband, a father, a friend. My life is to help people. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. My life is to inspire.
Boom! Hey, let's go. It is Monday. Listen up, listen up, listen up. If you seen my post last week, I said we have to embrace our joy. And what I exactly mean by that is no matter what the circumstance is, no matter what the situation is, you need to embrace and find joy in that situation. Man, it's unbelievable how many times that I talk to people, or even sometimes for myself, until I understood what was going on in my life, I would be anxious, nervous, frustrated, disappointed in certain situations in my life. And as soon as I started to find a joy and a purpose within that situation, it got a lot better. Prime example, you're on a deployment, you get home from a deployment, and you go back out again. And it was a very, I wouldn't say bad time, but it was horrible timing because my wife and I were just starting to get things going, and we were just starting to really get to know each other as a married couple. And then what throws an issue in there is I just got back from a deployment, and I'm trying to get my feet on solid ground, dealing with other issues, just kind of trying to acclimate and trying to get back into being in the States. And then they say, boom, here's some orders for another deployment for 6 or 7 months. And that's weird because you then have to know your spouse faster, and you're going to kind of miss some things. Now, granted, my wife and I, we knew each other. We were in an on-again, off-again relationship for about, I want to say 4 years prior to that. But the issue of it was when you marry someone, you expect to have some time with them. Not ours. Back-to-back deployments when the time limit is supposed to be almost a year. I had roughly 4 to 6 months to really get ready for another deployment. And really, once you look at it, you gotta find the joy in that. One, I was serving my country. It was something that I signed up to do. My wife understood because my wife is prior military, so we understood exactly what the sacrifice meant. It also meant that financially, we were able to have a solid foundation financially. Those who are in the military, when you deploy, dollar signs everywhere. But And my pastor at the time, he made a really amazing point to me. He said, that is a time where you're going to grow the most in your faith. And when I say it was unbelievable, it was unbelievable. But I had to find the joy in that situation. It sucked. You get married, you're away from your wife, it sucked. You're away from home, you just got back, you just, really got reacclimated to the States, and you leave again and go somewhere else for 6 months or longer. And you have to find the joy in that situation. Every day I would have to find joy in the fact that I was there and not with my wife, and not be able to see my family when I wanted to not have my food, to not have the comfort of my own home. You have to find the joy in every situation. Some people are going through some struggles right now, and I know you are, and we all are, but I want you to find joy in that situation. I want you to be able to find joy in the fact that you have to suffer a little bit. Because everyone who serves in any type of capacity has some suffering to do just for a little bit. Find joy in that suffering. I want to tell you, with the joy of the suffering, hold on just a little bit longer. Plant your feet just a little bit longer to sustain yourself, to find joy and to find peace and happiness in that suffering. Find joy in your current position right now, it can be a lot worse. I know people say that all the time, but it can be a lot worse. So you have to find joy in that situation. If the job is kind of making you mad, pissing you off a little bit, guess what? You have a job to bring in income for yourself, if not your family. Find joy in that situation. Find joy in the fact that if you're a believer, if you're not, either way, you find joy in the fact that there's something driving you. There's something giving you life and purpose every day you wake up. Find joy in waking up in the morning. Folks, you gotta find joy every single day that you're alive, because you are alive. You are above ground and not beneath it. You have to find joy, something to push you and drive you. You have your will, you have your purpose. You have to have that joy mixed in that big old pot, because something has to make you want to do this thing. Something has to make you want to live this life to your fullest potential. So you have to dig deep and find that joy. You have your why, you have your will, you have your purpose. You have to have your joy. Embrace it. Life will continue on, whether you're suffering or whether you're happy. You have to find joy in both those situations to continue to make it, to continue to drive. Find joy in everything that you do. Find happiness in everything that you do. I promise you, your days will be a lot better. Your nights will be a lot easier to fall asleep with a smile on your face saying, I made it through another day. Find joy in everything that you do. Happy Monday. Let's do it. I let my family down. I let myself down. I let the one that gave me this purpose down. And that's not what I'm going to do.